Well, Geoff, welcome to the Granny Smith Festival down here at Eastwood this morning. It's a beautiful day. We're waiting the opening parade of this huge festival down here. I'm excited, but you're not so happy. You've got a bit of a gripe with this festival. You're on a bit of a mission, I believe, today.
Well, thank you, Danny. It is great to be here, and I think it's a great idea having a Granny Smith festival. But why does the Granny Smith apple get special treatment? You know, why is there a special festival just for the Granny Smith apple? What about all the other types of apples? You know, there's plenty of other apples.
I think it's prejudiced.
Well, I just think, that surely the Red Delicious or the Fuji apple or maybe the Sundowner is just as good as the Granny Smith.
So what's your goal today? You've brought a whole bag of fruit here.
I just think it's time that we introduce some more diverse range of apples to this festival, and I think it's we might see if we can get some of these Granny Smith connoisseurs to maybe taste another apple and maybe turn them a bit the other way.
All right, so we may be leaving here with some new fans of other apples, or we may be leaving in the back of a police van.
Well, yeah, it could backfire. I could have this bag of apples thrown back at me, but let's go and see what we can do.
Geoff, have you ever seen the film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
I have, Danny, I have, yes.
Remember the child catcher from that film?
Oh, yes, I do remember.
I think he's just arrived. There's a truck full of kids in bars on the back of a truck
They're all leaning against the side, straining to get out.
He's rounded them up and he's got caught in this traffic jam with the parade. But actually, I think it is the Eastwood Scouts movement, as a matter of fact. A whole bunch of scouts. There's some in a truck and there's a lot of others in a boat being towed behind a car.
Well, that's just cheating, isn't it? Yeah. They're just sailing through the parade. They're not really trying at all.
That's great. Oh, I'm very excited. You know I love my Ugg boots. There's a giant Ugg boot coming down the street, led by none other than Mickey Mouse, coming towards us. I want to buy that Ugg boot. I could fit my whole self in that Ugg boot. I could sleep in it.
You'd always be warm, wouldn't you?
That's right.
A little impractical going shopping, but other than that, you'd be quite happy. But although, there is always that debate about whether Ugg boots are just for home or whether they can be worn down the street. But I definitely think that Ugg boot is for public display.
I think so. Like all good Ugg boots, there's a bit of wear and tear at the back as well. The sheepskin's coming off.
In fact, it's actually pretty strange looking at the Ugg boot. The only bit that's not covered are the shoes.
That's right. Wow, what a parade that was, and we end the parade with the mothers group, a whole bunch of mothers pushing prams, walking past. Oh, is there more to come?
Just mothers out for a morning walk. They just got caught up in the parade.
I think you're right.
Happened to walk down here. It's good to see that Scottish band had some traditional Scotsmen involved. I noticed the drummer there was a very orange-haired man with an incredible amount of sunscreen on his face, obviously expecting a bit of burning happening. Danny, we're coming to the dead end of the parade. We've got a hearse coming through here. We've got it's a lovely old vehicle, but we've also got a horse-drawn hearse. I'm trying to see, actually I don't think there is anybody in there, so it's not on the job, as you would say. It's not working, but yes, horse-drawn hearse. That's got to be
I'm just looking at the pamphlet here. Apparently it's they do this every year at the Granny Smith Festival. They inter Granny Smith's remains and march her down the parade.
Oh, so it's like the Parade of the Ashes.
Yes. We've come down, we're here with that. Where are you from, sorry?
Yeah, we are from Suchi Foundation, just a few blocks down the road. You see here?
Yeah. Okay, great. And you're raising money. You're raising money for the bushfire today.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah.
And now in the parade,
got a special chant for the bushfire appeal. Can we hear the chant? How does the chant go?
Yeah, that's right. Good show to you.
Yeah, go for it. Yep.
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Caring for fellow Aussies, or those who have lost their properties. Open your pocket, give from your heart, show that you care. Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Bushfire appeal!
Wow, how about that, Geoff? If people don't donate to the bushfires after that, I don't know what will make them. I've never seen an appeal in the fashion of the Narrenburg rally before. We closed off the whole street of Eastwood and was shouting out to everyone. They're going to raise a fortune.
They will. They're very organised. They're in lines, very nice. I hope they do get some money today, and it is very good that what they're doing.
Way up high in an apple tree, 5 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple, it was good. And way up high in that apple tree, 4 red apples smiled down at me.
So we've come down to, there's a massive garbage truck here. It's actually a recycling truck, I believe, and we've got Jude who's helping to show people through the truck. And what can you tell us about what you're up to today? You're supposed to getting people aware of recycling. Is that what you do?
It was an idea to get children who are, love to go into fire trucks. We thought, well, if we had the garbage truck here, that it'd create the kids to want to come and sit in the truck, and at the same time educate the parents and the families as to what they can and can't recycle. Across the way, we've got also another stall of ours, which we're promoting Love Food Hate Waste, which is actually trying to encourage people to reduce the amount of food so that it doesn't go in the bin, maybe compost, have gardens with herbs and things like that, so that they don't buy bunches and then have to throw half of it out because they haven't used it all. So it's just a whole waste reduction process that we're trying to encourage and make the population of Ryde and the community a little bit more aware of.
Excellent. Now, today obviously is the Granny Smith Festival. There's a lot of apples being given out today. Now, are you concerned that a lot of these apples are going to go to waste?
Hopefully everybody will eat as much of the apple as possible. In the past we've actually had some food waste bins at the Granny Smith Festival, but it's been really, really hard to monitor, and so we haven't done that this year because we end up finding that most people just unfortunately put everything and anything in any bin because it's easy.
Way up high in that apple tree, 4 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple, it was good. Way up high in that apple tree, 3 red apples smiled down at me.
We found her, the Miss Granny Smith Queen for 2013, and it's Olivia is your name, isn't it? How's the day been going for you so far, Olivia?
Oh, the day, it's wonderful so far. There's so many people here, so many stalls. It's absolutely beautiful. We're very fortunate with the weather, and it's great to see everyone participating.
Right.
And can you tell us a bit about the competition? How did you get elected to be Queen of the festival?
Well, this has been going on for a couple of years actually, and basically all the girls submit their photos into the competition, and we go through a process where we are interviewed by 8 judges. Each judge asks a question, and it just depends on how well we answer them.
Now, this year was one of those judges I read, the Yellow Wiggle. Is it Emma? The Yellow Wiggle was one of the judges.
Watkins, yes, the Yellow Wiggle. She actually
Did you have to do some wiggle antics to win the competition?
She actually asked me what my favourite colour was, and I said yellow.
Oh, there we go.
Won her over.
Excellent. Now, the other thing we want to know is, now that you are Miss Granny Smith, does this mean from now on you can only eat Granny Smith apples, or can you have?
So I'd have to be.
So you can't be enticed.
Oh.
We've got some.
The old Granny Smith, the green one.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to be photographed with, say, a Red Delicious?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd have to win that competition too.
Oh, right. So that is it. Yeah, okay. So well, let's not entice her anymore. I can see.
Maybe when I take off my sash and crown, then okay.
Okay. When you're off duty.
That's right, off duty.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Congratulations on winning for this year, and yeah, have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Way up high in that apple tree, 3 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple, it was good. Way up high in that apple tree, 2 red apples smiled down at me.
Danny, we've finally found the stall that is selling apple pies at the Apple Festival.
There had to be one here.
It had to be someone here. Now, I am a little bit concerned. We've got someone here from the stall who's going to help us out. Are these pure Granny Smith apple pies?
We source these from an apple pie shop, and I'm sure that they would be because they knew specifically that they were being sold here today.
Because we've heard word on the street that they've been cut with other less grade apples. You know, is that? Can you reassure us that these are purebred apples?
A little bit of Pink Lady and Red Delicious sneaking in there, maybe.
Look, I can't give you the 100% quality assurance guarantee on that, but we'd like to think that they are Granny Smith after all.
And as you're the only apple pie sellers in the whole street, I think you're going to be pretty wrapped up in the apple market. So I think you're going to do a good trade today.
Yeah, we know we've got it covered. Put it that way.
Fantastic. Well, they look delicious, and I know Geoff's bought a couple already. So, yeah, he's already bought 2. So I might come and get one too later.
I can guarantee that there's a family over there who make the toffee apples, and they are 100% Granny Smith apples. So that is probably the purest of pure Granny Smith product in the whole entire festival.
Way up high in that apple tree, 2 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple, it was good. Way up high in that apple tree, 1 red apple smiled down at me.
Well, Geoff, we've just sat down at last. We've packed with apple goods here and all sorts of paraphernalia, lollies and lots of bits and pieces. And we're getting towards the end of our show. And I'm just seeing over here, Geoff, the Sweetie Pie, the festival mascot.
Oh, yes.
Is walking past again, but she's walking a little bit faster this time because I spotted not far from here her arch nemesis, the apple juicer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's here.
He's here. He's turned up.
This could turn ugly later in the day, so we better try and get Sweetie Pie away from him.
Keep going, Sweetie Pie. Don't look back. Keep walking.
And of course, you don't want to get Sweetie Pie angry because she'll turn into a bad apple.
That's right.
Way up high in that apple tree, 1 red apple smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple, it was good. Way up high in that apple tree, no red apple smiled down at me.
All right, so we've come down to the ride area. Here's a whole paddock full of wonderful rides.
This is not Ride Regional Radio. This is the area where they keep the fun rides at the festival. Is that right?
That's right, but Ride is known, as is in the name, for its very good rides at festivals. So what do you make of this? This is better than what you thought.
I'm amazed. When I saw that there were rides and things to do here, I was expecting maybe a bit of apple bobbing, maybe some apple pie throwing, carrying the apple under your chin where you have to pass it to people, that sort of games. But no, there's fun park rides as big as any amusement park around the world.
Even a huge rocket ship simulator as well.
Yeah, well, maybe that shows you what it's like to be an apple corer or something like that.
Let's go and why don't we go on some of these rides?
Way up high in that apple tree, no more apples smiling down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came no apples, they're gone for good. Way up high in that apple tree, no more apples left for me.
Well, what a day, what a morning we've had here at the Granny Smith Festival. And Geoff, what are your thoughts? It's got to be, how many people do you think are here?
I reckon at least 20,000 people here. It's still got a long way to go. They've got the big Queen tribute band tonight and the fireworks display, so I reckon there's going to be another 20,000 people to come through. But I'm leaving a bit disappointed. I come with a bag full of counterfeit, contraband apples, but nobody's touched them. You can't get rid of any type of apple except for a Granny Smith apple today. It's all about Granny Smith, and I'm a bit disappointed, but you live and learn, don't you?
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches.